Today we're sharing a preview of some upcoming releases in Mode that will empower your business stakeholders to find and explore data in a whole new way without writing any code. The first, reusable datasets, will allow analysts to create and publish verified sets of data to be used by teams across the company. The second release is a new visualization system that will allow anyone to explore their data visually and display their findings using drag-and-drop analysis. These new features, coming later this year, will power a new workflow that will allow anyone to discover and iterate on insights even faster, whether you're a SQL expert or don't want to write a single line of code. To give a preview of what this may look like, let's imagine we're interested in understanding how the airline industry is doing during the pandemic. I want to start with a reusable dataset, so I'm going to create a new report and select airlines. My data team has created and published this verified set of data to enable me to start answering questions on my own without writing SQL, while ensuring I'm using the most accurate information. Now that we have data to work with, I want to begin by first understanding the distribution of my data. For example, how many flights are there per week? We'll start with a visualization that has day on the x-axis and the number of flights on the y-axis. In addition to the number of flights, I also want to understand the cancellation rates. By default, the visualization allows me to compare two relevant metrics side by side. I could add additional metrics from here, or display the existing data on the same plane by switching to a dual axis. For now, let's make a few adjustments to our existing configuration so the data is easier to interpret. First, because cancellation rate is a ratio, I'd prefer a different visual representation. I can choose from several options, but I'm going to select line. Next, let's break down the number of total flights by airline. I can see that the cancellation rate spiked in this area in particular, and I want to dig deeper into that. In order to better understand cancellation rates, I'll need to pivot my data. Let's look at how and why flights were canceled across airlines. I'll add cancellation reason to my columns and the airline to my rows. And I'm going to use the total number of flights as text and add that to my text mark drop zone. A quick glance at the values tells me that, outside of the pandemic cancellations, the second largest cause was due to weather. I can also pivot by more dimensions by dragging additional fields, like day of week. As you can see, we'll be able to build some pretty complex tables. We just walked through a few of the many examples of what you'll be able to configure with our upcoming releases of reusable datasets and a new visualization system. With the ability to fully explore your data visually, we can't wait to see what you create. Stay tuned for release updates, and thanks for watching.